welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Ravens and the Eagles, and it's all up next.
No single building has played host to more Super Bowls than this one right here. The Caesars Superdome in the Crescent City of New Orleans. This is Super Bowl 59, and we've got an outstanding matchup on tap. The moment is upon us, and we've got what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Baltimore Ravens taking on the NFC champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, and what a season it's been for our AFC champions. I mean, this was a fight just to get to the... It's the grand finale of the 2024 season on the big stage here in New Orleans. Super Bowl 59 underway. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
The NFL's leading rusher in 2019 and 2020, Derrick Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
It's zone defense right away here defensively, and I know that these linebackers and DBs are going to be tested throughout. They passed the first test, though. This one falls incomplete.
In motion, Aguilar. Now they'll fake the jet sweep and run up the middle with Henry. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Here's Jackson to throw. Dances by him, and they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Now it's Jackson. They set up the screen for Henry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 33. In motion, Aguilar. Jackson will throw again. That's caught. It's Flowers. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. To throw is Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Nelson Aguilar from 13 yards out. And the Ravens are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was capped by the touchdown pass to Nelson Aguilar. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we're looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
25 yards that time.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. You look at this Super Bowl, the second appearance for this head coach. The first one did not go as planned, as we all know. But what do you think he's learned from that first go-around?
He learned how much it hurts to lose, and that's what you hear from coaches so often. They don't remember the wins as much as they remember the losses. You can talk about the media, the scrutiny, the hoopla, but once you've had to shake a head coach's hand and jog off the field and know you have to face the media, face your fans, face your home life, knowing that you've lost the Super Bowl, that hurts big time, and you're going to do everything possible to try and prevent that from happening again.
His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a 1st down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll, and now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Hurts sets up to throw it. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
Hurts. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Over the middle, complete. That's Flowers. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Here's Jackson. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the 1st. This time, Jackson will throw it. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven 1st. Play action. Now Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. Now Jackson. Yet again, targeting and fighting Mark Andrews. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Ravens will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Here's Hurts to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And 3rd and 8 now.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but
yeah,
no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. He'll start with a give to Henry. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. 2nd and 9. In motion goes the tight end. From the gun, Jackson. To the right side and intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the return will stop right around the 25. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 2. From the gun, it's Hurts. He'll get that complete to Alberto. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a 1st down. Throwing is Hurts. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Odafe Owe coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. No gain on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are on the board here in this Super Bowl. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Back to throw here. He finds Bateman over the middle. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
We are just getting started here at Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans. 1 quarter in the books. It's the Ravens out in front. The NFL on EA Sports continues right after this message. Welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis here with you as we get set to begin quarter 2. And we are back and ready to go for the second quarter of the Super Bowl. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis, as always, thrilled to be with you. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. And he'll go right back to Andrews. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion right here. They go play action now. Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. And Jackson throwing once more. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Starting to rack up the yardage here in this first half. 5 catches now and a first down.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
A first down carry for Henry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They go play action with Jackson. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead. And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on. And running with power here. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Eagles and Jalen Hurts heading back to work. On the previous drive, he connected with A.J. Brown for the touchdown pass. And they start again here, 1st and 10 now. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Pass to Brown, he's got it on the crossing route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down. Barkley, inside handoff. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now back to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They set up the screen for Henry. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson
able to locate Andrews here on the out route.
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Now 2nd and 3. Hurts sets up to throw it.
His throw incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a 1st down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
2nd and 10.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 34-yard line. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hurts going to keep it running right.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
And A.J. going to pick up an Eagles first down as he takes it down to the 20-yard line. Hurts. This will be caught once again by Brown. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for big yardage.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on third. Looking to throw. Catch made here by Campbell. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Barkley. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that play's not going to go in their highlight reel at the end of the season, but the only benefit to the offense, maybe a little more space if they want to throw the football now after taking that loss.
This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 3rd and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl. Here's Hurts to throw. Touchdown! A.J. Brown, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Eagles get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Elliott now to add the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
A short throw caught by Andrews. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it 2nd down. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight. As we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they trail here in the Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't. But, of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. They're only down what they are here starting the third quarter.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Hurts going to keep it on the draw. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the third quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And now third down and 6 to go. From the gun, it's Hurts. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 41-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Up the middle with Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Throwing is Hurts. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. Play action. Now Jackson. Throwing out left and finding Likely. And he is going to lose yardage here. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll send a tight end in motion right. On 3rd down, Henry. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. From the gun, Jackson. A short one there, caught by Likely. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. That is caught. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 20-yard line. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Again, Jackson. And he'll go right back to Andrews. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. In motion right is Aguilar. Jackson from the shotgun. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Henry up the middle. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Off the option, here's Henry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. Jackson. There's Flowers. He's got it. Touchdown, Ravens. A 9-yard touchdown there. And they are able to add on to their advantage. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it's second down. They'll look to throw.
Slant pass hauled in by Campbell.
His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down. He'll drop to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up second down. A give to Barkley out of the gun.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The third down conversion is successful. Give him 12 yards that time. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They're going to look to throw. Over the middle to Smith. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. He'll look to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. So that's the end of 3 here in Super Bowl 59 from Caesars Superdome. The 4th and final quarter coming right up. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now there's just one quarter that remains in this edition of the biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, as we get set for the 4th quarter. Folks, welcome back to the biggest stage in sports, the Super Bowl, and now we get down to the good stuff, the 4th and final quarter. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. And the tension ratcheting up all around. A 1-score game, 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 8. Now it's Jackson. And his throw here's incomplete.
That ball was tipped in the air, and while it ultimately fell incomplete, it caused a few anxious moments for the guy slinging it, who's had quite a day. He knows how to get it into the end zone. He's throwing it really, really well, and maybe Lady Luck is on his side because he avoided his first interception of the contest.
Over 100 yards receiving for him now in this Super Bowl. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They go play action now. Jackson. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. A give to Henry. And he works free. And he'll go down at the 28. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll run it again with Henry. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Hurts. Man
open left side is Brown. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Back to throw here. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense, 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Now a 2nd and 10.
He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And it's a fumble.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
To throw is Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore 1st down.
In motion, Aguilar.
Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Jackson will throw again. Complete. It's Henry. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 32-yard line. 16 yards on that one at a Raven 1st.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
A slant route caught by Bateman.
And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff to Henry. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
In motion, Aguilar.
Now Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
Well, the Eagles offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And we're at the time in this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly, trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Throwing is Hurts.
This short throw caught by Goddard.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Here's Hurts to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. From the gun, it's Hurts. Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts, throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw again. Touchdown, Eagles. A.J. Brown with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Eagles have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. And we may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And, partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And the busy night for Henry continues. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. Jackson to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And they'll indeed take a knee. Off the option, here's Henry. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. That is likely the final play of this game, and no better feeling, I would imagine, than taking a knee to wrap up the Super Bowl.
Culminates everything. The championship is theirs. And just think, the last play they had in practice before this game began was doing this. Practicing taking a knee and winning a Super Bowl.
And they get to do just that. And it's all over. Just one is left standing, and that one is the Baltimore Ravens, your Super Bowl champions. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way. Didn't have to face